in the back here. Dressed as a banana because we couldn't get us on Halloween, so it's preemptive. That being said, I'm your host, Cooper Kim. And so with us tonight, we have very special guests, the Purdue Habitat for Humanity. Let's give a round of applause for them, guys. Hey, this is a donation show. They'll be accepting cash donations during the show, and at some point in the show, they will talk about what they do. They're a great organization. It's awesome. So heartfelt. They build houses, right? Okay, I knew that. So, yeah, like I said, just gonna get started. We'll just, you guys ready? Yeah? Everyone feeling good? Okay, sick. So sick. This is dope. This is unexpected. I'll start off with I'll start it off, I guess. Knock knock. Banana. Knock knock. Banana. You guys know the rest of the joke. It's a classic right there. Do you guys think the knock knock joke? Do you think it was made on purpose, or do you think they made it on accident? Let's just hear a round of yell out. Accident. I kind of hoped it was an accident. Like some dude just knocked on the door. I was like, "Who's there?" I was like, "My name's Who." And I was like, "Who? What? Look at that one." I was like, "Wait a minute. Wait, all right, this time address yourself as Boo. I got some ideas. We're gonna work it out." I walked out of a Walmart the other day, and I immediately saw the American flag. I've never felt more patriotic in my life. I felt like a real American. You guys notice this at strip malls? There's always like an American flag there. You guys notice this shit? Why is that there? It's like not for people who are lost, right? Because you know what country you're in. I feel like walking out of the store should be indicative of what country you're in, you know? Like no one's gonna walk out of a Pizza Hut like, where are we, Italy? Let's go pizza. I don't know. When I see the flags, it kind of reminds me, like, it makes me think that there's a battle there, you know, and the U.S. won. Like, what's the story there, right? It's like, yeah, we fought the Native Americans for this land. It was an ancient burial ground. Now it's a mattress discounter. So I don't think that's what they know when they said rest in peace, but okay, we'll keep it moving. I don't know. I see the U.S. flag, and it makes me think that other countries could take over kind of these parking lots. But that'd be kind of cool, right? You pulled up to some like strip mall, and it's like, oh, this one's owned by Mexico. They only take pesos here. It's kind of there's a Taco Bell. It feels insensitive. I don't know. Let's see, I'm trying to improve myself. Anyone else trying to work on themselves, make themselves better, right? Yeah. Okay, good. What's the better tell you that? You know, it's kind of frustrating sometimes. I feel like, you know, I really want to work on myself, but I can't see the results immediately, right? But you know what they say, right? Rome wasn't built in a day. Why do we need to clarify that? Seems pretty obvious, right? Rome wasn't built in a day, neither was Cleveland. Like, no city was built in one day. Rome wasn't like a pop-up shop. Like, somebody wasn't walking to work on Thursday one day, and then on Friday it was like, whoa! They built a fucking Coliseum? Like, have you seen this shit? I don't know, man. It's fucking... It kind of sounds... Rome wasn't built in a day. It sounds defensive, doesn't it? It kind of sounds like someone was insulting Rome, like walking through, like, what, you guys fucking build this shit in a day? I was like, no, we didn't fucking... We spent a lot of time, all the roads lead here. It's fucking not 24 hours. Rome wasn't built in a day. All right, let's talk about threesomes, I guess. We'll just... You're right, guys. I was talking to someone the other day, or over the weekend, and she told me she lost her virginity in a threesome. Anyone else? Anyone else? I didn't realize it was becoming so competitive. Like, I don't know if we had overachievers for losing your virginity. That feels excessive, right? I don't really get threesomes. Like, I don't participate, but I also don't understand it. Like, 3 just feels like a weird number, right? When I think of a threesome, I kind of feel like it's like if tennis was played with 3 people. It's okay, 2 people are rallying and one guy's just with their stick, just like, oh. I guess I'll just play with myself? I don't know. I don't know. It's fucking... Here's a crazy monkey's joke. Sex is like tennis. I prefer when there's a referee involved. That's just a way to say if I had a threesome, the third person would be a referee. Because that would be more fun, right? You started off with a coin toss. Like, Cooper, you chose heads, the verdict is tails. Funny enough, you're also not getting head tonight. Your partner said she's receiving. like arguing with the ref mid-sex or whatever. Oh, come on, ref, that wasn't a foul. What? Flag on the play? I only hit her a little. She's acting. Come on. Unnecessary roughness. Oh. What? Oh. At some point, you just do the national anthem. This is why they have the flags at the strip malls. I'm fucking to the strip mall. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay.
So, I'm not gay, but there's always a price, right? Like if you offered me $1, I'd say no. But 50 grand, now we're negotiating. Right? So, like, since I'm not gay, right? Like, we reached this point, right? 50 grand, okay? So am I gay? Am I not gay? I don't know, right? But will I suck dick though, right? That's the real question. The answer is yes. For a price, I will. Some people say masks are like a political statement or something. They say like, if you don't wear a mask, you're like killing poor people or old people or some shit. If you do wear a mask, they say you're ruining the economy or some shit, right? But I wear a mask because this is an improvement, right? Like my dating game has gone up since I started wearing a mask, man. Because the lower 50% of my face is disgusting. It is shitty, man. Yeah. What else, right? Not funny? So, yeah. I suffer from anxiety. Anybody else suffer from anxiety? Yeah. Suck a dick. Yeah. Well, so I suffer from anxiety. When you suffer from anxiety, people give you a lot of advice. My dad was like, oh, you should meditate more. Or my mom was like, oh, you should see a therapist. My sister was like, hey, drink less coffee. But I found the solution, right? Because before this, I'd walk into a room and I look around and see a bunch of people like you, and I think, what are they thinking about me, right? Since I started using heroin, I can't think about anything else other than heroin. I walk into a room and I am free. So if you have anxiety, use heroin. It works every time. That's all I can think about these days. What else? Any racists here? Oh, just me? Oh well. Yeah. So I'm not actually a racist, but I have like what I would like to call benign racial awareness. This is where I'm like hyper aware about like people's race, but it's useless. Like it doesn't mean anything. Like the other day I went to a Mexican restaurant, right? You know, burritos, tacos, quesadillas. I don't know why I'm explaining Mexican restaurants, but now you know, right? And everybody working at that Mexican restaurant, for some reason, was Vietnamese. And I thought to myself, that's okay. That's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong. There shouldn't be anything wrong. Is that funny? One time I walked past a black guy and I thought, black lives do matter. I don't know why I thought that, but they do, right? They should. If they don't already, they should. Gabby Petito, right? What do y'all think about Gabby Petito? I think she's kind of hot. She was kind of hot. Too soon? Sorry. You know, blonde eyes, blue hair. She likes to go hiking. She seems like a nice girl. She seemed like a nice girl. You ever think that Gabby Petito, people wouldn't care as much about her if she wasn't as hot as she was? Like if she was a short, hairy, fat Indian guy called Pete? Do you think anybody would give a shit about Gabby Petito? I think about that sometimes. But like domestic violence, right? That's not fun, right? Domestic violence kind of sucks. I saw a sign the other day that said, domestic violence is never okay. And I agree, right? But here's the thing. Who's that sign for? Like some guy who's been hitting his wife for like 6 weeks, just wailing on her. Bam, 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 bam. He's gonna go, oh, this isn't okay? Huh. I thought this was normal. I thought this is how we get along. I thought this is how we meet people. So I've talked about what? Domestic violence, drug abuse, my propensity to suck dick.
Oh my God.
What else is there? I think I'm gonna end by denying the Holocaust. Did that happen? Ooh, tough crowd. Thank you, that's my time.
Please give a hand for all the comedians out here tonight. Yeah. No one was willing to chop off their hand and give it to the comedians? Wow. That's pretty cold, guys. Guys, it takes a lot of guts to be a stand-up comedian, and we will also be accepting guts as a donation. Please offer up. Yeah, I think I should probably explain my costume. Yeah, because I feel like all comedy, it's just much better thoroughly explained. Yeah, so while I do look exactly like Spider-Man, I'm actually a Superman. Just not getting that. Yeah. Yeah. Again, thoroughly explained. That's a Clark Kent reference. If anyone didn't know. Yeah. So a couple of years ago, I wore this costume to a church event, and after I explained it, this woman walked up to me, and she was really concerned. She said, "Don't you mean you're Wonder Woman?" I just thought that was a really weird thing to be that concerned about. So I just let her know, no, I'm Sarah. Don't you recognize me? This costume must be good. Speaking of Wonder Woman, I think a lot of people have the same question about the movie is if all the Amazons are female, how are they reproducing? But that question always makes me wonder, do you guys think we need them to reproduce? I don't know, everyone knows women actually get pregnant by eating a watermelon seed. At least that's what I did with all 6 of my children. Beetlejuice. Oh, sorry, just Cooper. Sorry, Cooper, it's just, you look so presidential in that banana costume. Yeah, the only way you could look more presidential is if you were orange. Yeah, so growing up, my dad really liked to call me a vampire because I like keeping my blinds closed, and because what good father hasn't compared their child to a blood-sucking monster, right? Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I'm not a vampire because I also do eat whole cloves of garlic, you know? Though to be fair to my dad, I do have quite a lot in common with vampires. Anytime my skin sees daylight, it just immediately burns. Age flawlessly. Yeah. I can never see myself in the mirror. It's always just this weird homely person. Not sure what that's all about. Yeah, I also do plan on being killed by eating too many steaks. I too am dead inside. I need human blood to live. I sleep in a coffin, and I can turn into a bat on command. Yeah. On the other hand, my mom really likes to call me a zombie because when I get up in the morning, I walk around really slowly. And because when I was a baby, my parents found me crawling out of a grave. Who wasn't born that way, right? Yeah, I mean, coming out of someone's dime-sized hole isn't more ridiculous. Okay, guys. Okay. Actually, today's my birthday. That's a complete lie. I was actually born without a birthday. Yeah, it's been really hard, guys. I never know what to put on forms. I think America might have a bit of a discrimination problem. Yeah. I came into this world 21 and I just stayed that way. You know. Luckily, I made the cutoff. But, yeah, one time I told one of my colleagues I was born without a birthday, and he just went, "Really?" It's just my favorite response ever. Really? I just had to be honest with him and let him know, no, I was technically born with a birthday, but it had to be amputated due to complications. Such a bummer, so tragic. Yeah. But actually, I am celebrating someone else's birthday tonight. Actually, her birthday is tomorrow, right, Abby? Way in the back there, the one nodding. Yeah. big 5-0. Yeah. You look really young, man, but I gotta be honest, 32 years to graduate is a little long. Yeah. But I'm not here to insult you. I'm here to embarrass you. Yeah. So I was hoping everyone could join me in singing the birthday song. Yeah. And this is Abby Myers. If anyone has a spotlight, please shine it over there. If anyone would like to text her birthday memes, her phone number is 420-666-69. Let me repeat that. That is 420-666-69. Okay, very real number. Please send all the memes you can. Everyone dialing that? Okay, got it. So yeah, if on the count of 3, you could just start singing the birthday song. So join me on the count of 3. 3, 2, 1. And the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Some words. Hey now, you're not sorry. Come on, no one's singing? Okay, well that's a bummer. But happy birthday, Abby.
Hello. So like you said, I'm Joshua Balan, and I gotta be honest, I was kind of pissed that we had to move this, because I really wanted the sketch to be like within earshot of the Chick-fil-A. Because like I just had my first Chick-fil-A experience like recently, where like there and I hear the collective gasp in the crowd, right? But like there are a bunch of reasons for it, but like the most important is that I am like their worst possible customer. Like, of all the demographics that they could sell shit to, like, I gotta be one of the worst. Where, like, they're a homophobic chicken company, I'm a queer vegetarian. Like, the only way that it gets worse is if I am gayer or vegan. Speaking of my level of gay, yeah, that was a great transition. So my hair, the fluff of it, it gets varying reactions, like, since I've been on campus. And my favorite one has to be, this was at like the Jewish synagogue on campus during one of the holidays, like the Hillel house, where this girl comes up to me and she says, "Hey, are you?" No, I didn't know what that meant. So she does it again. I was like, "Hey, are you?" And by this point, her boyfriend comes up to me and just goes, "She's asking if you're gay, dude." Now, you may think that's a one-off event. It's not. The same night, a guy asked me out. So, here's what I've realized. That if I'm gonna look a lot gayer than I actually am, at least I'm hot, okay? At least I'm hot. Now, thank you. I appreciate that you guys applaud for that. Now, speaking of still gay things, man, my set's great tonight. So I recently learned that turns out, like, in ancient Greece and Rome, they had these battalions of, like, only gay guys that were, like, all screwing each other. Apparently to help with the brotherly bond of the platoon or whatever. Sounds a little incesty, gonna move on. And so, like, the sad part is that it actually worked. So back to the Chick-fil-A thing, where, like, why don't we just release one of those in a Chick-fil-A? What's gonna happen? I mean, you're releasing a battalion of horny gay guys, otherwise known as like a High School Musical theater production, and you're gonna just let them loose in a Chick-fil-A. Like, give him half an hour. It's a Broadway production of Rent, okay? Now, I'll be honest. I did procrastinate writing this sketch, and so. Like, it was because I had a bunch of projects for a coding class, and I realized something. I haven't learned anything about code. What I have learned is, you know how we have that stereotype of CS majors where they're like living in their mom's basement and, like, you know, their whole life is within 3 inches of a computer screen and, like, they haven't seen daylight in several years. Like, as much as we make fun of that, that's fucking efficient. Do you realize how much you get done if you neglect all, like, anything else other than doing your work? Like, I might actually graduate. But truly, I did procrastinate writing everything, so that's kind of all I have for tonight. You've been a great audience. If you don't hear from me again, it's because I'm dead.
How's it going, guys? My name is Vaishakh, grad student by credit. Yeah, my name is Vaishakh. That's spelled A-N-D-Y. At least that's what I say to the guy at Chick-fil-A. What's up with Chick-fil-A anyway, dude? Why do they got like cashiers that chase you around trying to get your order? For being such a homophobic company, you know, I've had a lot of guys chasing me for my order. They're like, yo, what's your, can I get a name for that order? I'm like, hey, Steve, can I get your number? I don't know. Yeah, school's pretty great. I was taking shots the other day, as you do on a Tuesday night. The guy next to me was like, or actually, well, first of all, I really hate taking shots. I think they taste really bad. I think that's like a common consensus. But like the guy next to me was like, don't worry about it, just pretend it's vegetable oil, and then took like 3 shots back to back. Safe to say, I avoided that guy. But like, plot twist, the guy like sat next to me at an exam I had in like a week, and I was like, right before the exam started, he was like, 3rd time's the charm. I'm like, dude, it's our 2nd midterm. He's like, it's my 3rd time taking this class. I was like, I saw this coming. Yeah. Fun fact, both my parents used to be chefs. Yeah. Charlie, you worked at Chick-fil-A. I'm just kidding. Hey, I'm not putting anything in my mouth unless Charlie Billings is my cashier, so. Anyway, yeah, both my parents used to be chefs, so it gets kind of annoying when I'm like doing food stuff with them. We went to get ribs the other day, and I was like, yo, I'm so excited for these ribs, and my mom was like, they're actually ribettes, and I'm like, damn, just like I misgendered ribs. And it's really funny, like she'll ask me like cut onions and shit, and I have to wear a gas mask, but she just like chops that shit up in 2 seconds. I got a one-liner for you guys. What's black and white and red all over? Dying zebra, yeah. Yo, that's Steve from Blue's Clues. That's fucking crazy. Anyway, yeah, that's it from me, guys. Here's an impression of my dad.
Hello, how are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, as Cooper said, my mother is here. She's right there. Yeah, no, we have a pretty good relationship. I'm not gonna lie, there's some tension sometimes. I think the biggest strain is that sometimes we just think differently. Our brains just work differently. Not that differently. We're both on antidepressants, you know, but like, sometimes I think the biggest thing is like I'm like an engineering student, so I think my brain is just like brutally logical, and she's a little bit more like, emotional driven, like a normal human being. And the way that it manifests is just like, I try to like, compartmentalize things so I don't have to deal with them, which is like the most stereotypical like engineering laziness ever. And a really good example of that is when my mom picked me up in May, right, so we could drive back home, right? She comes back, she sits down at the table, and she just like starts like crying, right? So for me, rather than be like, what is this? I just assume, oh, she's gonna die. Okay. You know what I mean? That's what I do. It's just, if I ever have a problem, it's as worse as it could possibly be, right? So if she's crying, she's gonna die. All right, so let me hear the details. Like, how bad is it? Like, how long? You know what I mean? Like, is it something interesting at least, And then she's like, Kenny, I lost my job on Friday. And I'm like, oh, thank God, holy shit. God, I thought you were sitting here dying. Like you had some shit, like serious shit to worry about. And she was like, it is serious, Kenny. Well, that's just how my brain works. And it's like, honestly, at the end of the day, it's her fault, because like we're Cuban. Like that's how Cubans work. Like if you're not dying, all right, whatever, And she's also a nurse, so it's like, if I'm not dying, it's really like, listen, I've seen way worse, okay? Like, suck it up, all right? When I was a freshman one time, I had like the worst flu imaginable. I'm like, Mom, I have like 3 exams. I can't breathe. And she's like, all right, you're not in VTech. You'll like live. All right, suck it up, Kenny. But I don't know, I kind of undercut my point a little bit later on. In the summer then, because it was like 3 a.m. and I heard like the back door open to our house, and like I thought it was like kind of weird, like what's going on there, right? But I didn't do anything about it. And then the next day I told her that, and she's like, oh yeah, that was me letting the dog out. I'm like, oh okay. And she's like, but you thought it was suspicious and you didn't get up? And I'm like, no. I'm like, what if I was getting murdered, Kenneth? And I'm like, I still wouldn't have got enough, all right? But again, you have to understand my train of thought, okay? The non-paranoiac part of me says, she's letting the dog out, all is well, I have to get up, right? The paranoid part of me says, someone's broken into the house, but my mom is not screaming, my dog is not barking. So they're both dead. I still don't need to get up. All right? It is useless at that point. I'm not going to make it outside. We don't own a gun or anything. All right? The best I can do is make it to the kitchen. All right? It's like 90 degrees in Florida. All right? I sleep in my underwear. I don't want to try to like stab the fucking Grim Reaper, die, and then my dick flops out. All right? That's what the cops see. And then like, you know, like we both watch all these like true crime shows. All right? In like 20 years, the photos of my dead body with my dick hanging out are just going to be like all over the internet. And it's just remembering the murder of Kenneth Mayberry. It's just me on my kitchen floor. So I mean, I don't know. I just wouldn't have done that. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely thought this was gonna run way longer than it did. I've got like 2.5 minutes left. Well, it's something funny about my mom. She's old. No, it actually worked even perfect because this time when she came, right, like to pick me up, well, for I'm bombing. Anyways, when she came here for Parents Weekend, right, she's like, all right, remember the last time like you had to tell me that your grades were awful and I was telling you that I was like fired? I'm like, yeah, like there's nothing serious like that, right? I'm like, no. I'm like, okay. And she goes like the human equivalent of like ... right? And then she's like, well, actually, there is one thing. And I'm like, oh, fuck, come on. Like, I know you're not dying, but, like, what is it, okay? And she's like, oh, I mean, I don't want to bother you. All right, sorry, yeah, I got you. Right, I don't want to bother you. And I'm like, okay, but, like, you can't not tell me now, all right? Like, come on, what the fuck? She's like, okay, it's like, it's about your father's body. And my first thought was she's talking about my dad's dick. And I'm like, no. And she's like, it's about his like grave. And I'm like, oh, thank God, fuck. Oh, you want to move his body? Okay, fine, no worries, I don't give a shit. Just don't tell me about his dick size, please. I don't need to know that. I don't know, that's the way we roll. I can just talk about my dead dad's dick, and my mom's right here laughing. That's the Mayberries, y'all. Good night.
Yeah, hi, wow. A lot of people here. It's cool, it's awesome. Surprised you guys walked that far. I did not want to come. Yeah, Halloween's coming up. Love the MILF costume. Thank you. Does anybody not know what milk means? Can't even explain it to her right now. It's gonna be an awkward conversation in the car later.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm old!
Hey, that doesn't matter. I like it all. Okay. Alright. Yeah. What the fuck are we doing here, man? What the hell are we doing? I'm wearing a fucking jacket made out of pants. Where does it stop, man? They turned a sweatshirt into pants. What's next? Gloves into a belt? Shoes into a hat? Next bit. Yeah. Anybody not celebrating Halloween? Anybody?
Yeah.
Alright. Is it like a religious thing or?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a lot of arguments against religion. But none of them, yeah, okay. None of them make any sense. I really hope somebody like wants to get into like a religious debate with me because I have a lot of good points. I don't think the Bible exists. The Bible pisses me off. God damn it. The Bible pisses me off. It's called the New Testament. Give it up already. That shit's old. Call it the Second Testament. Alright, next bit. Yeah, I had a old woman approach me in a Walmart parking lot the other day. I could tell she was homeless. She was not in a house. She came up to me and she was like, please, give me some money. It's my birthday. I'm like, that is a hell of a coincidence. And she said, please, I just turned 75 and my mom died yesterday. Like, damn, bro. That's amazing. You had 75 years with your mother. Anyway, I think she wanted money and not 75 birthday spankings. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, like, people talk about Chick-fil-A a lot. I did work there. I used to work there. Work at Target now. Wearing a Target mask, laying on a little thick, don't you think? I actually applied to be a security guard there. I did not get the job. Probably because they could tell that I don't care about anything. It's probably a good thing I didn't get hired as a security guard. Because how can you be a security guard if you're insecure about yourself? Somebody could walk out with an armful of clothing, and the only thing I would think about was, do I look okay in my clothes? Yeah, next bit. Yeah, what else? My girlfriend's not here. Let me tell you something about my girlfriend. She's curvy. She's got curves in her spine. She's got scoliosis. Here's the thing about me. Most women who date me are pretty bent out of shape. Everything's political with her. Like, I get it. You're right-leaning. Always. I'm pretty liberal. Like, I don't know. I quit Chick-fil-A, you know. Yeah, I'm pretty liberal. I don't know how to bring that up, but I just wanted to address that. Because I did that scoliosis joke at another open mic. And afterwards, a guy came up to me. And he's being real shady. He's like, so, you're a conservative too, huh? Like, where did you even get that idea? Like, I don't know, I'm talking about like dicks and boobs and shit. And he was like, well, you said right-leaning, don't you know what that means? Like, yeah, I fucking wrote the joke. Alright, thank you guys have been great. See you later.
It's great that you guys all made it out here to Tarkington Hall. It was kind of a funny thing to see Cooper argue that we have the room for a crock. It's like a man in a banana outfit saying like, the system is rigged. Listen to me. And it's like, no one's listening to you, dog. It was insane. Like, he was actually speaking up more than I was. I was wearing like an Oakland A's sweatshirt, and he's just like, dude, we gotta get this right. I'm like, take off your costume, man. No one can take you seriously. I also kind of have a costume. I was supposed to be Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. This is kind of a lame costume, I'll admit that. It does kind of help that I can do an impression of Shaggy. I like to say the most horrific shit in his voice in front of my dad, because he grew up watching the cartoons. Like at the dinner table, I'll just be like Scoob, like she said she was 18. Of all the things to applaud, he shows that. And my dad, he says like, hey, stop that. He would never say that. Like he's the Dalai Lama. He would never say that. I'm like, you'd never say that. It was the 70s and he drove around in a van. I would be surprised if he did it only once. It's like the cop coming up to his car like, hey son, you know why I pulled you over? Like, she was really mature for her age. I'm like, no, your taillight is out. What did you just say? That would be a weird Amber Alert to get. It's like, 8 children were just kidnapped. Be on the lookout for a van with flowers. It says mystery machine on the side of it. The most pedo shit I've ever seen. Like, it just says that on the Amber Alert. It's like a government official wrote this? What the hell? I see a lot of planes from the Purdue flight school like flying overhead, and I'm always interested, like, what does the curriculum for those students look like, right? Is their midterm just flying a plane? It's like, hey, how'd the test go? I crashed and killed 43 people. Hopefully with the curve, that's a C+. Because I fucking aced the takeoff part, you know what I'm saying? I know this was kind of brought up like multiple times, but Chick-fil-A being homophobic, that is interesting because they hate gay people, but like they get the bag, right? They make bank, which has got to be frustrating for the other fast food chains. Like, what are we doing wrong, you know? I feel like it would be kind of interesting if one other fast food chain just copies Chick-fil-A and just becomes equally hateful to some other group. Like in like a Burger King boardroom meeting, some dude's just like, these profits from last quarter are a problem. But you know what else is a problem? Mexicans. And everybody's like, yeah, that is genius. Is that our new slogan right there? All 16 words of that? And so like Burger King just starts funding like anti-Mexican shit, like they finished the border wall. Like you just see like some dude struggling to get over a wall that says 2 for $4 Whoppers, only for a limited time. The deal, not the wall. The wall will be here forever. And just like a picture with the white guy holding a burger, like, yeah. So that's all I have. You guys are cool. Thank you.
See, we got a lot of bad hombres in the crowd today. Kenny's mom. Speaking of costumes, I was talking to my friend Adam. My friend Adam is black. I only mention because it's important to the story. We wanted to coordinate our Halloween costumes, and we were spitballing ideas, and I had the genius idea that we both be Michael Jackson for Halloween. That's exactly how he looked at me. He said, "That's racist, man." I said, "I mean, not really, right? Like, to who, you know? I got Smooth Criminal, you got Thriller. We're good, baby." He was both. He was both. He's the first guy to ever be 2 races at the same time. And then Eminem was the second. That's like me and my girl being Bruce and Caitlin for Halloween. You know, because I'm a great athlete and she's a bitch, so. He wouldn't give it up though. He said, "No, man, that's really racist," you know. And I looked at him and I said, you know, I couldn't argue with him. He said Michael Jackson was born black and will always be black because of that, and you know, he's right. But I looked at him and I said, "Hey, man, you saw Leaving Neverland, right? Is Michael Jackson the hill you want to die on?" And then we both pressed order on Amazon. That's right. See you on the 31st, Billie Jean. School is like super different nowadays, right? Like technology has totally changed education. Like I have a laptop, pretty sure most of you have laptops. You can do anything on a laptop, right? Like I can learn all of algebra on my laptop. Unrelated, I can also watch porn on that same machine. I can do both at the same time, right? Notebook in one hand, lotion in the other. Like, they never used to have that. They used to have to fuck their algebra teachers. I have never gotten geometric head in my life. I've never had to make that phone call like, "Hello? Mr. Jacobs? I got bad news. Little red dots. I can't count that high. I'm failing your class. Do we have a quiz tomorrow? Hello? I was watching some football the other day. After the game, they interviewed one of the players, and he mentioned that there's nothing that he wouldn't do to win. I just don't know if I'm buying it, to be honest with you. Like, I don't think if he caught the football on Sunday NFL primetime TV at the 40-yard line, and someone came off and just ripped off his pants, right? Like just to shoulder pads, dick and balls, and then cleats, right? 60 yards to run. I don't think he's taking it. I think he's taking a knee and laying down. Similarly, same situation on defense. If you see a receiver running butt booty ass naked, I don't think you're chasing him at full speed. I just don't believe you. You're definitely jogging. I also don't think, right, so say he did catch up, right? You put in the effort. He's about to dive and make the tackle. I just want to know. Are you grabbing the balls on the way down? Because that's an advantage. That's competitive advantage. That's a handful of commitment. I would believe it if I saw it. I would believe it if I saw it. That's actually all I got for you guys. So, thank you very much.
Peterson is kind of a special guest all the way from Grand Valley State University.
Yeah.
Let's give a warm welcome to Andrew Zonka. Come on.
Yeah! Let's fucking go!
Give it up for the My Chemical Romance cosplayer. Woo! Yeah, I'm talking about you. What's up, everyone? Cooper didn't tell me it was costume night, so I'm dressed up as an idiot who drove 223 miles to be here. Fuck you, Cooper. It's great. My name's Andrew Zonka, come from Michigan. It's a more white trash state than whatever the hell this nice place is. Like, I guarantee you I'm the only one here that lost their virginity in a church parking lot. I don't know, man. It's cool. Indiana's pretty cool. You know, you guys could watch your dog cross the street and run away for about 2 miles. In Michigan, you can watch your dog try and cross the street, but then get distracted by the rotting deer corpse that's 2 feet away from it. That's a Michigan mile marker for you. Jeez, I thought these jokes would land. Guess who failed his pilot's license? I'm down here on vacation right now, trying to get away from the homeless population back home. Anyone else? You know,
These guys suck.
Homeless people suck? Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Dude, my homeless population sucks more than your homeless population. You know, they get so mad at me whenever they ask for more, and I tell them, I'm sorry, sir, there's only a one clean needle policy. I work at a pharmacy. It's cool. I got a male friend who recently got a nipple piercing. Because that's a gender stereotype we definitely need to get rid of. Yeah, let's go! The nipple piercing does not belong to 20-year-old white girls with absent father figures. It now belongs to the 22-year-old white boy in med school. Woo! Yeah. He's being a real turkey burger about it, you know what I mean? Yeah, I know. I just used a noun as a verb. What are you gonna do about it, buddy? I'm at an animal charity fucking stand-up show and I'm using turkey burger, the most abomination of a burger. I don't know. I like that joke. Fuck you guys. Yeah, he's being a real turkey burger about it, you know. He calls himself the Nickel Nipple. That sounds like a very rejected WWE wrestler. Like, now entering the ring, the tungsten twipster himself, the Nickel Nipple! Like I said, he's a med school student, doesn't know what he wants to get into quite yet, but he says he is very attracted to the idea of being an MRI tech. And I could totally see that, you know. He's going to be the only one in there turning a $500,000 machine into his own little sex toy. You know what I mean? Because it's pulling him in. Jeez. What the fuck is up with this crowd, Cooper? You promised big laughs. Swear, with gas this high, y'all should be laughing in flames right now. Rambunctious bunches, y'all. Y'all think Social Security is a scam?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, man. I hate Social Security. I don't think I'm going to be collecting on Social Security because I'm going to be dead by the time I could. You know, I got a very Republican family back home, and I plan on coming out to them. as an Ohio State fan. This is not an anti-LGBTQI plus joke. This is an observation on how all gays are more accepted than Ohio State fans. Glad to see that sentiment still holds up here. Very glad. All right, let's try and do some crowd work to save this set. Yeah, let's do that. Guy who freaked out when I called someone a turkey burger. What's your name?
Sam.
Sam, that's a cool ass name. Hey, Sam, I need you to tell me your favorite fish and why.
Walleye.
Damn, that guy was not coy about his fish. It's a stupid joke. Why are you laughing at that? Jeez. Well, that last girl talked about ADHD, so by default I can't talk about it, so I'll talk about something that she doesn't have, a penis. Yeah.
Really close there. I almost had one.
Uh-huh, yeah. That wasn't an invitation for you to talk. That's what I thought. All right, thank you. Anyways, I'll finish it up with penis jokes because that always works. You know, I've been single for a while. You know, I started calling my penis California. It's very dry down there right now, you know what I mean? Not a lot of moisture happening. There's a history of brush fires potentially happening with masturbation. Got that Darth Vader dick. Silly throwaway line. Silly.
Fall off then? Is California gonna fall off?
Shut up. I call my penis California because it leans to the left a little. Just a little bit. Yeah, I know. I call my penis California because I got a pretty big fucking penis. Yeah, that's my time. You guys were all right.
Thank you. I am very hot, thank you. I'm actually sad that we didn't have this outside because I was going to make somebody carry me to the mic because I'm too pretty to walk and you guys can't tell that right now. Usually I do not look like this at all. This is a wig, fun fact. I haven't had hair past my shoulders since I was like 10. And I am very goth. I basically dress like a goth gay wizard all of the time. But despite that, you know, I'm breaking stereotypes here. I'm an art student, I'm a painter, and I am my parents' favorite child, which is funny because there's two of us. My brother's birthday is actually tomorrow. He turns 31, and I'm going to beat the shit out of him for it. Because, you know, we're 7 years apart. It's fun. He's also like a foot taller than me. It's very fun. We have a very fun relationship. His name is Nigel. So please make fun of him for it. But I do have a very good relationship with at least one of my parents. My mom, April, I call her by her first name, first of all, which should show you that she's white. And I recently, her and I have started to open up to each other about our experiences in life. She knew that I went to art school and, you know, it was very fun. Then I came back to Purdue. And we got even closer. And she told me, Nico, I need you to know something about doing drugs, okay? And I was like, oh, fucking great. You know, and she goes, Nico, I need you to know that you never have a cocaine problem unless you spend money on cocaine. And I was like, bitchin', April, thank you for the advice. So that should show you the type of family that I have. It's very fun. I totally lost my train of thought. You know, ADHD, microdosing meth every day. It's very great. Hold on. Where's my fucking notes? I don't know how phones work. Oh, okay. So since I look like this today, is very fun, very flirty, very good look. I love to go to bars and I love to lie to men. I see a lot of men out here in the audience, and I'm so sorry if you've ever interacted with me out in public. I love to lie to you. Men walk up to me and they're like, hey, what's up, what's your name? And I go, Bethany. And I don't fucking look like a Bethany, do I? maybe right now, but they're like trying to chat me up, and I'm like, I'm just ignoring everything they say. But they ask me, what do you do? And I go, I'm an internet hitman. And then at that point, they either leave you alone or they are too weird to fucking talk to you and you need to leave. It's very fun. It's a very fun lie to tell, and I have actually used this in public. This is not a fucking bit. I forgot where I was going with this, so I'm going to end right here. Thank you very much.
First of all, let's give a round of applause for Habitat for Humanity for sponsoring this. Thank you so much. Rochester volunteered for you guys once. Thank you, Cooper, for hosting, and Charlie for recording this. I signed my name on the back of this because I was feeling pretentious. So I see everyone here is dressed up for Halloween. I guess I didn't get the memo. That's fine. It's in a week, but I get it. I put my Christmas lights on July 5th. I'm actually dressed up as the most dangerous thing in the world. I'm an immigrant. I got my green card recently. I don't know why you guys were clapping. I'm here to steal your jobs. So to the ignorant people who don't know what a green card is, it's literally a green ID card that they send you that says you're a permanent resident of the United States and you're allowed to work and live here. I was the first in my family to get it, and I quickly realized that they were here to steal our jobs. So I called Immigration and Naturalization Services on them. True behavior, right? The call went something like, hi, I'm here to report some immigrants stealing some jobs. They said, you said immigrants? I said, yes. They say less. I said, word. They're in Edison, New Jersey. It's a regional joke. There's too many Indians out there. Yeah, so they send you a brochure when you get your green card, right? And it says, welcome to the United States, a guide for new immigrants. I've been here for 6 years.
Yeah.
What is the point of this? Where have I been for the past 6 years? Guantanamo? What? One of the sections in there is getting settled in the United States. Inside this guide, learn how you can build a new life in the United States by taking these important first steps. And the 3 that caught my eye were find a place to live, find transportation, get a job. Isn't that why I came here? What the fuck? It's like, man, I really wish someone told me what the fuck to do when I moved the country. My second favorite one on there is improve your English language skills. I really wish I knew how to read this, dude. Sorry, this is really unprofessional. I'm forgetting jokes. So just like imagine a world where we drop these pamphlets all over the United States, right? And Joe Biden comes on television and he's like, so the unemployment rate is down to 0%. Sorry, I forgot what was I saying again? Right. The unemployment rate is down to 0%. There's no homeless people anymore, and the obesity rate is skyrocketing. Wait. Kamala, you weren't supposed to tell people to find transportation, damn it. My favorite one on this is prepare for emergencies. What emergencies do I have to prepare for? It's like, first of all, who doesn't prepare for emergencies? Second of all, toilet paper? That's why I carry a portable bidet. Like, come on. World War III? Last I heard, you guys won the last 2. Why did I switch countries, man? Come on. I want that ring. I'll be like Katie out here, man. I want that ring. 3-peat, baby. Woo! So I've been writing a lot. About China winning this war.
Are you kidding me?
Hear me out. Ready? So, my theory is that TikTok is spying on us.
Oh yeah.
So just imagine.
Wait a second, I'll show you.
You don't want to record this, trust me, you don't want to record this.
I use TikTok and Pusher every day.
So China's spying on us, and I just imagine a bunch of Chinese politicians like in a round table, and one of the genius ones like puts on the like bright like large TV. It's just Addison Rae doing whatever the fuck she does, and they all just look at each other like, yeah, we finna win this shit. Yeah. How much time do I got?
10 seconds.
10 seconds, that's my specialty. Thank you guys. You guys have been great!
Make a public service announcement. All right, and this one's more so for the gentleman. But you know, feel free, everyone else, to listen in if you're buying a gift for a guy or another hairy individual. The Balls body hair shaver is the worst piece of shit I have ever had the displeasure of using. Firstly, the name. Balls. What the fuck is your marketing department? A 6th grade classroom? What if we call it balls? Secondly, this razor advertises 4 things, all right? It's powerful, it's cordless, it's silent, and what's the 4th thing? Oh yeah, it sets you on fire. So let's go through each of these one by one, all right? It's powerful. Yeah, it's about as powerful as office tape and takes off hair just as well. I did a little bit on my wrist, you know, the prime area to cut hair. And it barely even got all the baby hairs off of there. And you might be thinking, EJ, you gorgeous bastard, were you using shaving cream? And I say, yes. And this thing advertises that you don't need shaving cream. So what the fuck, balls? Secondly, it claims that it is silent. Yeah, it's pretty quiet. If you're deaf, I use this thing in the shower at 1 a.m. because I'm a civilized individual. And this fucking thing, this about this big, this fucking remote looking piece of shit, it is louder than the shower, it's louder than the music I'm playing, it's louder than the dude having a demon shit at 1 a.m. This shit is so loud, he's striking up a conversation with me. He's in the stall, he's like, oh, hey buddy, you got a date tomorrow? I'm hearing a crime scene, and I can't even get a good shave in. And it doesn't even set me on fire. What the fuck? The only thing that works is that it's cordless. That's the only correct part of the advertising. Imagine you go to a sandwich shop and you're like, oh yeah, I want to get the BLT, you know, bacon, lettuce, tomato, bread, and then they hand you 2 pieces of white bread and punch you in the stomach. Oh shit, I remembered the part of my joke I forgot. So this thing claims to have sack-safe technology, you know, testicles. And when I say I would be better off shaving with a cheese grater, I mean it. This fucking thing cut me up so bad I look like a jigsaw puzzle. It's a hate crime of a razor, and this shit is $70. I paid $70 to mutilate myself. Every other razor I have ever used works better, electric and manual. And so I'm going through the whole process of trying to return it, and I know it's gonna be horrible. Because, you know, you gotta, I'm customer service, why would you want to return a fabulous product? Please, don't you want a razor subscription? Don't you want to use our shitty product more? Don't you want to continue paying for this? And you know, I'm gonna eventually get all the necessary information I need to. I'm gonna send it through the mail, and I'm gonna get the slowest shipping because I'm a cheap bastard. And they didn't make it in the 30-day money-back guarantee, so now I'm out $70, and my crotch is bloody. Thank you very much.
There we go. How's everybody doing tonight?
Great.
I'm glad that we were able to get so many people out here. Can't believe that after seeing the rate of hopping through so many buildings to get here. I mean, I know this is only our second one, but my standards are pretty low. I mean, like, I kid you not, the other day, I met this one girl, and she thought San Francisco was close to New York City. And it was, yeah, so anyways, but it's good that you guys are here. Glad to see this turnout. Who here is in the Polytechnic Institute? Yeah. Well, here's the thing about that. I was walking over in that area like a couple days ago, and man, they've surrounded that thing like nobody's business. There used to be like 10 different like entrances that you could walk through. Now they're like down to like 2 or 1. Pretty soon they're gonna lock up like all the doors, no one can get inside. Eventually, they're gonna start having people parachute to class off of the Purdue planes. Can you just imagine waking up at 8 a.m. for an 8:30 class 3 times a week to walk to the Purdue airport to catch a plane and then parachute off of it onto Kanoi, whatever the hell you want to call it. Yeah, that does not sound, actually sounds pretty fun. Imagine this. You have someone who's, okay, we have like three or four different students in these Purdue planes, right? And they're trying to make their flight path is towards the Polytechnic building. And so they're in this plane, right? And one guy is just like about to crap his pants. He actually does crap his pants. And there's an instructor with him. And he's like, oh man, like professor, I don't think I can do this. I can't. Like he's just like starts just crying, just, oh man, I can't do it. I don't think I can do it. And the professor's like, you know what? Go the hell off of this plane. This is a real world experience that follows Newton's law. Mass is neither created nor destroyed. That turd that's coming out of you, it's neither created nor destroyed. It was already there. The guy's like, all right, yeah, fair enough. However, he thinks for a moment. He's like, wait a minute, like you're implying? So the professor was like, you're about to figure out that just because something weighs heavier doesn't mean that it's gonna fall at a faster rate. And anyways, like, wait a minute, if we're going by Newton's law, that turd was already inside of me. It's just gonna be the same way outside of me as it was inside of me. What's the difference gonna be? And then the professor's just like, I think it's my time has come. My time has come. And the student, he gets all this courage up. He's like, you know what you have to do. They're all, this is like 10,000 feet in the sky, right? They're like, he's like, I don't know what I have to do. So she just parachutes onto Kanoi. Then the student's just like, all right, I'm going to the students with his classmates, he's like, you know what? Let's go stop at a Starbucks. Let's instead of going to class, I think we did good today. I think we did good. Anyways, because that bit was so trash, let me start over with hopefully a funnier one. All right, and I only have 1 minute. Great. So one of my friends, he has this roommate back at college, back home, and he told me we were in a call one day. He was like, hey man, my roommate did something super weird. Like, he put up a bunch of photos of like his girlfriend's boobs on his side of the room, like on the wall. Mind you, they were scantily clad. They're scantily clad, at least. However, and my friend was like, what the hell should I do? I'm like, dude, the answer is right there. You have to put up multiple photos of your girlfriend's boobs up on your side of the wall. as revenge. It's like, dude, it's a great idea. I'm like, yeah, man, call me back, like, once you've done the deed. So he calls me back like 2 hours later, and I'm like, hey, how's it going, man? Did you go through with it? He's like, oh yeah, I did. Thing is, it started with one photo of my girlfriend's boobs, but there just wasn't enough space. And what I did instead, I put up a bunch of photos of my own tits. And now, when I walked into the room, that guy, my roommate was all over that man. He was like staring at those boobs from 2 feet away. He was like, man, what kind of exotic boobies are these? I've never seen such a species. So yeah, my friend's quite an interesting guy. Also, in about 2 weeks' time, the Purdue plane should start parachuting people off onto Kenoi, so look out for that. Thank you, guys.
How's it going, guys? How you doing? Before I start, I gotta shout out my boy Sam. He's sitting right here. Everybody say hi to Sam. Alright. I might need to pull out my notes. Just pretend I'm playing Clash Royale or something so it doesn't look like I'm cheating. But anyway, my name is Jackson. This is my second time doing stand-up, actually. And I learned something very important from my first stand-up experience 2 weeks ago. I learned that stand-up is more about exposing your embarrassing secrets than it is about telling jokes. So, if you were here last time, you know that I'm talking about Zendaya. Anyway, I was really excited to see the Dune movie, for obvious reasons. And, I watched it today. I was kind of disappointed, because for some reason, Zendaya was in this, like, burqa thing the whole time. Like, okay, if you're going to make a movie with Zendaya in it, you want to show her off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You don't want some BS. Like, okay, in my version of the movie, this is how I'm at. If I was the director, right? Okay. Probably see where I'm going with this a little bit, maybe. Okay, so, like, this is like one scene, right? So Timothy Chalamet, maybe he drops like, I don't know, something, and she's like facing him, saying in front of him. She picks it up, she comes up, and they got like, they got the camera. She does like this thing, you know what I'm talking about. You've seen that. This is cliche shit. She like flips her hair back and stuff. She like looks, Maybe I should direct these movies. I think that a lot more people watch it in that case. Oh yeah, there's a big plot hole in the movie I've noticed. Kind of pissed me off. So in the movie, there's this monster that's attracted to people's movements. So the people walk in an irregular walking pattern, so the monster doesn't chase them. And so basically, it's attracted to rhythmic motions, right? So my question was, how the fuck do these people jerk off? Is it something that's like... That does not seem very enjoyable to me. That does not seem very enjoyable. Alright. What's next? Oh yeah, I was going to talk about... So apparently for this performance, we were supposed to wear some costume or something. I had no idea, because I didn't check the group me. And, I'm kind of bad with technology in general. One thing that scares me a lot, I'm paranoid about, is QR codes. And I started thinking about this at the last PSUCC thing, because Cooper puts up the QR code, and it's the attendance QR code. And I was thinking, I was about to scan it, but I was like, he could very well send a link to his own ass. Like a picture of his ass. We would have no idea until we opened it. I'm about to not do attendance for anything anymore. Some scary shit right there. But, no. But anyway, so, I found this crazy statistic. This is unrelated. I found this crazy statistic about hunter-gatherers, right? So, apparently, hunter-gatherers' calorie intake is about 85% from gathering, so like nuts and berries. And only 25% of that is actually from, or what, 15? What adds up to 100? Whatever adds up to 100. The rest of that is hunting. So how the fuck did these patriarchal societies form if men just suck at everything? We can't even get food? Like, bro, I don't know, that just shit pissed me off. But anyway, my home state got me thinking a lot of people are still hunter-gatherers. I'm from Florida. So, y'all probably hear some stuff in the news about us that we're not very proud of. But I had this crazy experience about one of these fine fellows. So basically, I was coming home from school one day in elementary school, and I had to go to the bathroom. So my mom stopped at a 7-Eleven, and I walk into this bathroom, and there is shit everywhere. It's in the toilet, obviously, on the toilet seat, in the sink, 2 feet up the wall. It's like splatter. It's like a blood splatter. It's like some Quentin Tarantino movie or some shit, but with shit, not blood. But anyway, it was on the ceiling. I swear to God it was on the ceiling. And that was by the time I got done in the bathroom, so I ran back in the car and I went home. All right, anyway, that's it. That's all I got.
An amazing crowd tonight. We're gonna bring up our last comic. Are you guys ready? Yeah? All right, he needs no introduction, but I'll introduce him anyway. Please give a warm round of applause for MC Kane.
Hey, for this performance, I'm gonna need a guest. Any volunteers?
Yo.
Hey, this guy put his hand up first. All right.
Hi, guys.
Well, how is everyone?
Good.
I'll have you know that my name is MC Kane, and I'm a rapper comedian. And some people say that because I'm a comedian, I can't rap. Well, guess what? I'm gonna rap, and this guy's gonna beatbox. All right, are you ready, homie? All right, let's hear it.
You can try beatbox.
All right. Let me tell you about the place that I come straight out of. It's a little known place called Des Moines, Iowa. Anyway, there's only one goal. I'll send you straight down a manhole. Hey, I've only got one goal. It's send down a manhole. I said that twice. Okay, here's the next line. Hey, don't get in my... Hey, don't get in my way. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Here's the next line.
No, that's worse than my beatboxing.
This is worse than your beatboxing. All right. Here's what I think. I think you need to beatbox a little more. Yeah, let's hear you beatbox a little more since it's so great.
I think we're good.
Oh, we're good. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, I'm 5'11", and I wear 11 and a half. I'll sing down a sewer grate just for a laugh. Okay. A modus operandi doesn't get any newer. When I'm done with you, you'll be in the sewer. All right, now you better relax, because that's what happens when I get down to brass tacks.
Good evening.
Okay. Hey, now listen to this, because here is something that you don't want to miss. Okay. I've never agreed with the system. Maybe that's why I'm an MK Ultra victim. Yeah. I'm sick of everyone who acts like a schmoozer. Kiss my ass and I'll call you a loser. Another day of this and I'm going insane. Remember that when you're leaving the storm drain. Alright. I'll act a little better when I get around to. That's the kind of brass tacks I get down to. Alright, that's my rap. That's my homie. What's your name, homie?
Srinivas.
All right, that's MC Srinivas.